Hi, today we received our mushroom kit, and right on the top of the kit box it says mushroom kit open immediately. So we have opened our kit, and inside we find the instructions. Wow, right there highlighted. What does that say? It says, your kit is a living organism. Please be sure to open the box, remove the Ziploc baggie, and loosen the liner/growing bag upon arrival, allowing it to breathe and keeping it somewhat covered. Allow the kit to acclimate to the growing environment of 65 to 68 degrees for a minimum of 2 hours, up to 24 before starting. Read through all the instructions. If you have any questions, please email us at shroomshack@gmail.com. You will find special hints and tips at our website. Wow. Okay, so we're looking at our kit, and the first thing we find is a baggie labeled casing. We put that off to the side, and here is our grow bag / liner. We need to loosen that and allow the kit to breathe. Now, how are we going to do that, guys? You got it way open. Let's go ahead and
like this, jelly stuff.
Loosely have it open, not closing it again. There we go. Loosely open, but not allowing too much air to flow in. Okay?
Okay, we did it. Hey.
There we are. We have successfully started the process. Step 1, mixing your casing layer. Okay, so we get to open our bag of casing, and we're going to put in the first 2 cups of warm water. There we go. Put in the first 2 cups. And we're going to close the Ziploc baggie. And all the way. Just close it. No, you want. Okay. And then massage the water into.
It has a hole.
Massage the water into the casing mixture.
It has a big hole.
Oh, you know what? That's from the shipping.
Yeah.
It's right at the bottom. It's okay.
Good thing we have.
That's why we put a bowl there. And the casing material will absorb this water. And now we're going to, that looks pretty good. Let's open it up and add the next 2 cups. We're gonna, since we have 3 people here today, we're going to do 1 cup at a time for the last 2 cups. And massage the bag. Okay. And let's go ahead and put the last cup in. Joey's turn.
Make sure you got some meat there. And now close the bag and massage. Got all the air out though. There you go.
Down low to the bowl, honey, so that we don't have an explosion all over.
Keep it close to the bowl.
There you go. Good job. You found where that was and you turned the bag over. Very smart. Okay. Now let's go ahead and allow the bag to rest for 2 hours. We're going to allow the bag of casing layer to rest for 2 hours as the instructions say. It says 2 hours or overnight. Step 1, we're at letter B, lightly scratch the surface. Okay, so let's take a look here. We have opened up this kit, and we're looking at the, there's a lot of white on there. What is that, Miranda?
Mycelium.
That is mushroom mycelium. That is right. Where is, do you see the little spots of green? There's one right there. And that is what the spawn was on. Which spawn is basically a non-GMO grain that's impregnated with the mycelium from the mushroom, and it's sterilized, and then the mushroom mycelium is run through that little grain, and now we put the grain on the substrate, and the mycelium is jumped off the grain and is now running through the compost, enjoying the food that has been put there for it.
Like right there, that one's really cute.
Ooh,
Look
yeah.
at that one.
That's a good one.
And this one over here.
But there is a lot of white in there.
That's good. That's a good
that we
sign.
still have healthy compost.
Yep.
This is 2 weeks on the road, so for that to be doing what it's doing right now is really good. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to kind of ruffle the surface, and we're going to grab a handful of stuff. We're just going to ruffle it.
Yep.
Ruffle the surface up, and we're going to take a nice healthy handful of substrate.
Should I take that one?
Yep.
That's good, right?
Yep, and we're going to, let me take a look at it.
Yeah.
See the white running through that? That's mycelium, and now we're going to
and you can also see the little seeds here that the mycelium were fed into to start it.
Now we're going to put that into our casing, which I put into the stainless steel bowl to kind of make it easier for everybody to see what's going on here. And we're going to mix that thoroughly through the casing material. Now what we just did here is an old-fashioned way of having the substrate block marry up with the casing layer. They call this cack, and what they did in the old days is they took a bit of the compost from the crop that they were going to be putting the casing layer on, and they put that into the casing material, so that way the compost, the mycelium would have an even stronger chance of putting the 2 layers together. You want the 2 layers to marry together, so that way it's just one constant mass of mycelium. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do what it calls for next. We're going to even out the substrate surface, and then we're going to tap that back down nice and firm so that it's just like it was when you opened up the kit. Push that back into place.
There we go, look at that.
Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to apply our casing material. Now what we do, we're just going to take that bowl up.
Okay, take the bowl.
And we're going to put a little bit at a time, move it all the way to the corner. Don't dump the whole thing in one spot. You want it to be evenly distributed, and it's going to be 3/4 to an inch thick all over the box. So we're going to get all of that on there. And we're not going to squish it down. We're going to make sure that it's ruffled nice and fine so that it and evenly distributed all over the box. Very nice, Miranda.
Thanks. Put some over here.
This is actually the first time that Miranda's ever cased a box, a kit box before, so. Very good. You're using the claw. Very nice. Get that nice and ruffled. Make sure everything is evenly distributed across the surface. And Bob likes to go like this. He does like this rounded, making circular motions as he's doing it.
That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
He showed me how to do it.
On the big bed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that look?
That looks beautiful. I'm going to get a close-up shot of that. I don't know if that's going to show up. That's a good shot. Okay. Okay, so our next thing, we're going to allow Miranda to clean up, and then we'll come back to this. Okay, so now we are going to be bringing the plastic liner loosely up over the casing layer, creating an airspace between the top of the casing and the growing bag. Now, it shows here that bamboo skewers can be used to help keep the bag off of the casing layer. That's not completely necessary. You can use another method, and we're going to show you a method here that's really easy to do. And if you don't have the bamboo skewers, I mean, you can use the box and tape. If you don't have clothespins handy like we do, you can just use whatever you have laying around. You can use even like I said, tape or any type of pin, like a.
And then you got some clothespins here.
Okay.
And
okay, so now we bring that up. Those sides are going to come in, and then the other sides are going to be upright. And we're going to take. You can see the air. Bring this in a little closer so it's touching the tabs. And you can see the airspace that's being created. Pull it a little tighter.
I'm pulling it tighter.
There we go. Okay. So now we have it. There is an airspace created inside there.
Like a little humidity tent or something.
Yeah, it is kind of like a
and like it gets really warm in there,
which is just fine.
Which is really good. It helps.
It's going to start building CO2 within that air pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want to see. Okay, as I said, you can use other methods, and one of them is just some paper clips. So we're going to trade out the clothespins for paper clips.
Wait.
Demonstrate just how simple this is.
You're walking.
Okay. And another method would be to use tape. Okay, and another method is to just use tape.
Right now we're like
those
using
tabs
labels.
Down. I have these white labels here, and we're gonna, and then we can put a piece of tape right in the center where the paper clip is.
I like the paper clips.
We can leave the paper clip there.
Okay, like we can put it like right next to it.
Just to show it.
Okay.
There you go. That's all we do.
Ta-da!
Okay. And there she is, all ready to go. Okay. Okay, now we have this all ready to go. We're going to put it in its spot where it can stay closed for 5 days. And we put our date on there so we know what date we put the casing layer on and closed it up. Now it's going to sit in our, where we always put our kits at, which is at the base of our stairs here in the family room.
Do you want to take
Nothing
a video
special.
of us carrying it over there?
Yeah. Here it is at the base of the stairs, along with our other agaricus kits. On the very last page of the enclosed instruction sheet is a mushroom growing kit log. And on here it has day 1, and we write today's date on there. It says case kit, and we did that at 7 o'clock in the evening. So I wanted to make a note of that. And then it has over here any notes that we would want to add. And I am going to write in a few things. One is that we noticed that there was strong growth. Another one is that the box had been closed for a full 2 weeks and 3 days before we actually cased it, which is a very, very long period of time. What happened is that the buyer, it was returned because the address was undeliverable, and we will be sending out a fresh kit to that person through a different shipper. Okay, so here I am keeping the instruction sheets with the kit. Right here with it. I just folded it in half and let it rest over one of the tabs.